my younger, more vulnerable years, my travels often led me to an old clothmaker, who would often regale me tales of her past and the tales of the 3 hopeful men who called themselves Dream. This is their story.
So I hope you guys like that intro, and you guys will know when I made that, and let me know if it's too long. I can cut down maybe like 1 to 2 seconds, but I think the voice actor Stuart was amazing, and we're definitely gonna go back to him for a lot more stuff for Brave Eduardo, and I hope you guys enjoyed this week's word. Bye. Dear Diary, Monday, August 10th, we finished a few mini-boss fixes, and we started working on the scythe part upgrade. Now, there's a big thing is, there's a problem. We had 2 currencies in the game. One is honey, which is the main currency, and there's another one which is Spid's coins, which you can only get from killing enemies. But one thing Dhruv didn't want was for enemies, you can farm enemies to get rich. I know a lot of games do that, but we don't really want to do that. So we were thinking what we were going to use the Spid's coin as, and when we're doing the scythe part upgrade, which scythe part changes the gameplay whenever you equip it. So it's kind of like our equipment system, and we decided to make these Spid's coins some sort of experience. And since they're more of an experience gain to power up your scythe part, we're like, you know what, might as well just make it experience orbs. So I'm probably gonna have to do the orbs looking tomorrow. While Dhruv was doing that, the biggest thing I did today was finishing up the UI clearing. I have to update all the UI because now we have to include scythe part upgrades, and the UI has always been bothering me a lot. I don't like it where it's just empty with no lines and no borders. It just always looked off. So I spent the whole time doing it, and I think it looks pretty good. You guys can check it out. Aside from that, some dungeon entrance stuff, and hopefully we'll be able to get the dungeon playable by the end of the week. Dear Diary, on Tuesday, August 11th, we started with finishing the scythe leveling up. I made the UI for Dhruv, so now when your scythe part levels up, a pop-up will come down and tell you that it leveled up and this is what it gained. And then I did finish all the experience orb. You guys can see it. I think it looks really, really good. While we were doing that, Stone was streaming Hollow Knight, so I saw some stuff in Hollow Knight, like such as when you kill an enemy, there's this death particle that plays. I really liked it, so I put it in their game. Unfortunately, I don't really see it showing up that much, so I'm not sure if we're gonna keep it, especially since Spids get knocked around, whereas in Hollow Knight they kind of just die in one place, so the particle playing actually stands out very clearly. Aside from that, I fixed a bunch of scenes. It was like 30 to 40 plus fixes, a lot of sorting layer problems, and I did one run that was very, very long. It was like 30 minutes, and I was still on floor 1. So we're going to reduce the rooms in per floor. But after 30 minutes, I still couldn't find the exit, and I found this really big bug where whenever you get an item, it actually replaces the other items within the inventory cell. So there's some array problem for sure, and I was losing items, which is not a good thing. I think it has something to do with the stacking problem, because once you stack for a while, you can't actually pick up items anymore too. I collected the console log, so Dhruv will be able to see it. And after fixing the scythe part, Dhruv started working on the boss. So hopefully you guys will be able to see or fight the spider boss in action very soon. And yeah, that's generally it. There's some tweaking. I tweaked some of the bone particle damages as well, but added a lot more lighting, and it looks really good. It's just like the problem, whenever you find bug, it just never feels good. But yeah, I should say chapter 3, August 12th now. You guys already saw the intro, and I actually made it today. Well, technically last night, but I counted as today, and I think it looks great. You guys can see it. We even had the voice actor voice the David Attenborough voice that we always loved. So you guys, we should all credit him. But the actual Wednesday, Dhruv and I started working on the bone spider boss. As usual, Dhruv wants to make it really crazy, and I really like it, so we spent most of the time doing it. I animate a lot of stuff. I animate a separate form, since Dhruv wants to change form whenever you hit 50% health. But yeah, I think it's great, and you guys will see one more of the new clip later. Dear Diary, or Chapter 4. Let me know in the comments down below which one I should say, or is it cringy no matter what I say? Just let me know in the comments down below. On August 13th, Thursday, I was going to do nothing because I was actually quite burnt out. But I ended up redid the intro animation, which you guys already saw. So the one you guys saw is the one I made today. But I made the original wasn't like this. There were a lot of text and all this stuff. I'll put in the comments up there. But there was a problem where the Text Mesh Pro wasn't really taking in, wasn't receiving shadow. So apparently there's a way to go into debug mode and check receive shadow, which I did for the text. But the decoration still wasn't working. So rather than finding a way to make it work, I end up just using the animation we did in the actual Brave Eduardo, and it comes in after the book is completely open, so the receive shadow is no longer a problem. And yeah, almost the end of the week. So chapter 5, the last chapter of the week, we finished a lot more stuff. The boss is pretty much done. Dhruv actually finished it before the stream even started, so that actually made it so I had to give him next week's stuff. So it's a bunch of small dungeon fixes, which apparently there was one that was really big. And then yeah, so Dhruv finished it before, and so we might really be able to give out the dungeon next Tuesday. It's quite impressive. And I also drew a card from Matt. Matt really liked the card, and that's always a motivational boost for me. So yeah. So overall, this week has been amazing. You guys saw the intro of the video. I spent some time on that, and I think it looks really good. There's actually one more coming up, so for those who actually stayed this whole time, you guys will get to see the second one. I actually made 2 clips that day, and I didn't share that one with a lot of people, so those who get to see it, thank you so much. I actually just did a dungeon run, and today is Saturday, when I usually edit it. Well, the past 2 weeks now, I've been editing on Saturday. The dungeon one was really fun. It was a lot shorter than I expected it to be, which is good, because the first time when I did a whole hour and I couldn't get to the boss, but this one I got to the boss relatively quickly. And the biggest thing is I actually started reading into the food material very carefully to get the best stat, and that's a great sign, because in the past the food material didn't really matter that much, but now it does. And the boss was hard, and I don't think I failed this dungeon run, but maybe I'll do it better next week. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.
It's not often that someone comes along who is a true fan and listens to the end. You are both. You shall find us here